and a password that is basically set up and filed at the registry office at the day you purchase your home. So at the day you purchase your home, when you file those closing documents, you're given an 18-digit password, okay, which is a number that's generated, and it's held only at the land registry office. It's not part of public record. And what happens is every single time the title is moved. So if someone tries to file a mortgage, someone tries to file a charge, someone tries to do a transfer, someone tries to register a document or an execution, whenever the land, your land is being moved or being altered, your basically your parcel of land is being altered, that you're being notified, and they're only going to notify you on the password that you have. So if you don't have that password at the time you fill out these documents and file them, okay, that it is impossible to do anything to the title of your home. Now, do you think that an idea like that would work? Because to me, this is like it's like a credit card. You know, it's a credit card, but it's public record, and there's no password. I mean, if I have a credit card right now, and you phone in on my credit card, what do you got to do? You got to give a password. You got to look at the little three-digit number on the back, that kind of thing. Do you think something like that would work?
I think it would definitely make it very difficult to cheat.
Okay.
And I would applaud that idea. I think it's a great idea. The problem, though, is that I think that these people are so sophisticated that they would find a way to get that. Because if you forgot your code, I mean, you had a house fire, you lost the number in your own files. There would have to be a way that you would get it again. And
Do you think that it would lessen it?
I think it would definitely lessen it.
It would bring down those figures, right?
I mean, you would make it extremely difficult.
Okay, because to me, when I look at this stuff, all I see is how do we react to this? You're a victim. How do we react to this? Okay, it's a reactive problem. We're going to involve the police. We're going to involve lawyers. We're going to try and clean up our whatever. And these are all after market, so to speak, after the market problem. I mean, you've been victimized. What do we do now? And I'm against that in any kind of a fraud program where we're talking about punishment and stuff. I think people really need to know that if you're victimized by this crime, and you've already said it here, okay, that they will not collect in the civil court. You are not going to get your money back at all for your illegals, for anything, by going after the guy that's in the donut shop, for example, who victimized us. We're not going to collect from him, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And it's fair to say he's not going to get punished, right? I mean, if we're lucky, he might get nominal probation or something like that. No one's going to punish him. We're not going to see a guy who's done this go to jail.
No. That may change in 10 years, but certainly not now.
And if I asked you, for example, in your research, I mean, you managed to get your article published in Maclean's magazine. How many people do you know are sitting in jail right now for mortgage fraud? How many would you say that would you suggest there are?
Maybe a handful.
Okay, so your research identified about a handful.
I can't give you a specific name.
All right.
Which just tells something.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I've investigated a lot of dishonest people, and I know a lot of dishonest people, okay? And I have no doubt that there are a lot of people out there that don't mind going to jail, for $50,000, $60,000 that they may have hidden under a mattress somewhere for this crime. So clearly there is from the research that you've done and from my experience, I'm kind of blending both, is that there's no restitution here, either criminally or civilly. There's no collection, and this person's never going to be punished, or to the point that you're actually, as a victim, going to feel satisfied, right?
That's correct.
So then talking about a reactive program fraud, not going to work. It's got to be something that is done in such a way that the title of my home cannot be moved or altered unless I know about it. And we're just about done here, but one of the things, for example, folks, is there is a situation, I don't know if you heard about this, where if someone enters your credit bureau now, they're starting there's a company out there where if someone looks into your credit bureau and you're a member of this company, that they will phone you and say, oh, we would like to let you know that on such and such a date there was a credit inquiry done about you. So clearly you would agree with me that this is a problem that's got to be basically set up at the computerization and registry level, some form and some way that there's a system in place where the title cannot be moved unless the true house owner knows about it.
Absolutely. Okay. And you could do a conjunction of things.
Okay.
You could have the passcode like you suggested, and you could also add in 2 or 3 other similar types of checks, almost like how certain systems don't work if you don't have 4 keys turned at the exact same time.
Okay.
Something like that would stop it, I think, dead in its tracks.
Okay. All right, Jay, thank you for coming on the show. I'm sorry I rambled. I just kind of wanted to blend in Jay's knowledge with my experience on it together. And it's been a real pleasure having you here. Keep on writing. Keep putting those guys out there in the open so we can see what the problems are. I'm Kevin Bousquet, and you've been watching Undercover. Thank you very much for coming.